Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1982 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Texas Rangers and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for the Rangers today is Jim Farr, whose record is 2-3 with a 6.96 ERA. And pitching for the Tigers today is Bert Blyleven, whose record is 5-6 with a 4.22 ERA. Okay, here we go. This is the final series of the season. We are currently tied with the New York Yankees. The Yankees are facing, I'm sure you may be curious to see, the Yankees are facing the Brewers at Milwaukee for the final three games. So we're at home, the Yankees are on the road, and they are facing the team, the Brewers, who have the most home runs in the American League. Not overall a great hitting team and not a great pitching team, but certainly capable of putting up some big runs. So we have to keep our fingers crossed for the Brew Crew, who, actually I guess I'm kind of curious, who are the Brewers pitching? It's going to be Milt versus Tom Candiotti. And then the Yankees are going with the number 5 starter, which is probably not a good idea. And then Jaime Kokenauer for the Brewers. And then the ace of the staff, Stefan Weaver, is going against, the number 5 pitcher for the Brewers, Rich Rodas. So not great. You may be curious who's going in our series. So we've got Bert going today. We got Jack going tomorrow. And finally, we have Dave Rozema going against former Tiger Bryn Smith. Bryn Smith might be able to ruin our entire season after we traded him to the lowly Rangers before the trade deadline anyway. So that's what we have to look forward to this series. Let's go ahead and get started with today's game. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe. There will be a 1983 season. We'll probably take a month off. I'd like to have the season start right around the time that the MLB season starts. We will see if that even happens, as there's currently a lockout. Bert Blyleven, the current Ranger lineup, has 20 plate appearances against him, batting .263, so not a lot to go on. All of our bullpen is available, except for Keith Comstock, who was awesome yesterday in a bullpen day. We started George Capizzello, and he went 2 2/3 innings, and then we just worked the bullpen in the rest of the way, and we only gave up 1 run. So it was a good idea on my part that happened to work out, but now we have to expect a real start from Bert Blyleven today. Our lineup is the same. We keep running them out there. Whitaker and Hatcher and Murray are all listed as tired, but no time for rest right now, as the DH is Kevin Bass today. Eddie Miller has done nothing for us, but we are winning with him in the lineup, despite him, I guess. So we're going to keep him in there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the season stats for the Rangers, and we'll go ahead and do their lineup rundown, starting with Rick Manning leading off and playing center field. Batting second in right field is Leon Roberts. Batting third and DHing is Billy Sample. Batting cleanup at first base is Pete O'Brien. Batting fifth in left field is Tom Dunbar. Batting sixth and catching is Greg Mahlberg. Batting seventh at third base is Tucker Ashford. Batting eighth at second base is Bump Wills. And batting ninth, playing shortstop, is Chris Speier. Let's take a look at Bert. Not a lot of good stuff to say about Blyleven. He's been pretty horrible for us since the trade. You'll see he had 19 starts in Pittsburgh, 18 including today's for Detroit. That 5-6 record, 4.22 ERA, 67 strikeouts in 108.2 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .270 against him. He's got a couple complete games for us. Fastball tops out at 89 miles an hour. The sidearm curve is his out pitch. His regular curve is average. A couple other pitches below average. And we're stuck with this guy for 4 more seasons after this one. So we better get used to him because he is probably untradeable at this point. Okay, let's take a look at the Tigers' defense. As you can see here, everybody in the right position. Parrish behind the plate. And here is Rick Manning leading off. He's a left-hander. They got 3 left-handers in the top of the lineup and then Bump Wills at switch hitter. So maybe we can work a lefty in later. Rick Manning leads off the ball game, flying out to left center field. I'm sorry, right center field. In fact, it was Miller that made the play. 1 down. Leon Roberts strikes out. Roberts was pulled off the free agent wire earlier this year. I know it shows him in the Texas uniform here, and he was on Texas in 1982, but he was actually a free agent that the Rangers picked up, and he's put together an okay season. 2 down with Billy Sample stepping in, and he strikes out. Looking, so 2 Ks for Blyleven. That's a good start to the ball game. Let's take a look at the Tigers lineup versus the righty Jim Farr. Batting leadoff in right field is Eddie Miller. Batting second at second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting third at shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting cleanup in left field is Kirk Gibson. Batting fifth at third base is Mickey Hatcher. Batting sixth at first base is Eddie Murray. Batting seventh and catching is Lance Parrish. Batting eighth and DHing is Kevin Bass. And batting ninth in center field is Andre Dawson. Jim Farr pitching for the Rangers. We've seen him a few times in his career. Looks like he's was in AAA for a majority of the season. Not doing particularly well, 4-10 with a 4.40 ERA. They bring him up to get some starts, and he's 2-3 with a near 7 ERA, which we know means nothing against us. 20 strikeouts, so not a strikeout pitcher. Not much of, doesn't walk many, but he doesn't give up a lot of hits. Opponents are batting .317 against him. No complete games. Fastball tops out at 89 miles an hour. A ground ball pitcher, 45%. He's got 2 pitches, both of them below average. Fastball's a 76, a change is a 75. So a 2-pitch pitcher who's a starter with a overall rating of 77. This is a good way to start this series. This is the kind of pitcher you want to see. Let's see if we can take advantage of him. There's the Rangers defensive alignment. And Eddie Miller leading off against Jim Farr. Line drive to center field. And Rick Manning, he's got the gold glove out there. He makes a catch. 1 down. Here's Sweet Lou. Lou hits a ground ball to second. And Bump Wills makes the play. That's going to leave it up to Trammell to get something going here. Maybe a 2-out rally. Strikes out swinging. Youch. We go to the top of the second. No score. Pete O'Brien leading off. We got back-to-back lefties here with O'Brien and Dunbar. Good pitch by Blyleven as O'Brien grounds out to Murray. That sidearm curve just jammed him inside. 1 out. Here's Tom Dunbar. He's a September call-up. Playing left field today. Popping it up. And Murray makes the play in foul ground. 2 quick outs as Greg Mahlberg steps in. First time as an everyday starter for Mahlberg. Put up 14 home runs as he grounds out to Whitaker. And another 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the second. We got Gibby Dewup, Gibby Hatcher, and Murray. Gibson, ground ball up the middle. Snagged by Speier. Throws him out, 1 down. Mickey Hatcher Flips it down the right field line. Oh, that looked like a double for sure. Roberts gets over there. And that's the first hit of the ball game. Hatcher on first with Eddie Murray up. Do we hit and run or do we let Murray swing? This could be a double play, but Murray has been hitting a little bit better. He went 0 for 4 yesterday, though. We're going to let him swing away. That's a line drive to center. That's not going to get it done. So we'll leave it up to Parrish to move him along. And a ground ball sneaking through the infield for a base hit. Hatcher had to hold. And we have runners on first and second now for Kevin Bass. Will this be big hit Bass? We need him right here to come through. Ground ball to first. It gets past O'Brien at first. Hatcher scores. Both runs score. Holy cow, I didn't expect that. 2-0 Detroit. And that is the 8th double for Kevin Bass. He had 2 hits in yesterday's game, including a double. That's going to bring up yesterday's hero, Andre Dawson. He had the 2-run home run, gave the Tigers the lead. And he loops it into left center field. It falls in for a hit. Bass scores, and it's 3-0 Detroit. Well, we know Miller is not hitting. We're going to try to steal. Maybe get Dawson into scoring position in case Miller does do something. Dawson going, and he steals second base. That is the 13th stolen base for Dawson this season. All right. So we're giving Miller a chance here to break out of his hitless streak. Nope. God, he's so bad. But we're winning with him in the lineup. I don't know why, but as long as we're winning, we are going to keep him in there. We go to the top of the third. Tigers score 3 runs. A little bit of breathing room for Blyleven. We have 7, 8, and 9 due up. Here's Tucker Ashford. Striking out. That's 3 consecutive strikeouts. Oh, no, the first 2 in the first inning, and that one was the third, right? So, not consecutive. 1 down. Bump Wills is up, and there's the first base hit into center field. Wills on first. He's got an 82 speed, only 18 stolen bases from a guy who is showing a lot of power and not a lot of speed, and it's really the opposite, I think is true. Chris Speier, ground ball to short. Tigers turn 2. We go to the bottom of the third. All right. We have Sweet Lou up. Lou, Tram, and Gibby. There we go! Sweet Lou! Home run into right center field. 19th home run on the year for Whitaker. With 2 games to go, he's got a shot, right, at getting to 20 for the first time in his career. It's 4-0 Detroit. Trammell, next man up. Ground ball to Speier. There's 1 down. That will bring Gibby to the plate. Gibson, 3-1 count, hits a grounder to third. 2 down for Sticky Mickey. Mickey had a base hit first time up. And another hard hit ball into center. Tracked down by Manning. So we get a run on the solo shot from Lou. We go to the top of the 4th. 4-0 Detroit. So we've got Manning, Roberts, and Billy Sample due up. Manning, base hit to left. So the leadoff man is on. Leon Roberts, runner on first. And an incredibly good, I mean, these curveballs he's throwing today are fooling everyone. That's 4 strikeouts. Billy Sample steps in, and he crushes it to center field. He didn't get all of it, though. 398 feet. It's just a long, loud out. 2 down. Here's Pete O'Brien. Lefty watches a ball go by as Manning steals second. That seems kind of risky. That's only his third stolen base this year. I mean, you're down 4 runs. It must have been a missed hit and run. But now he's in scoring position for O'Brien. 1-2 count. And he lifts it to right. Miller makes the play. Okay, well, we go to the bottom of the 4th. Jim Farr is at 43 pitches. He doesn't walk many, so, I mean, we're going to have to drive him out of the ball game. Murray, base hit up the middle, leading off the bottom of the 4th. Let's keep it going here. Parrish up next. Definitely a double play situation. Parrish, only 15 double plays this year. Look at these. 31 to 19 to 15. So he's improved. He gets under that one, sending a fly ball to left. There's one down. Kevin Bass up. Bass had a double first time up and a base hit into left field. Murray coasting to third base, first and third, one down for Andre Dawson. This is a hit and run situation. First and third, less than 2 outs, and a contact hitter up. Ground ball to second, that'll score a run. It's 5-0 Detroit. Give Dawson another ribby. And Eddie Miller had another shot at driving in a run. Hey, there he goes. Base hit into right field. Bass scores from second. It's 6-0 Detroit. And, well, I'm actually kind of curious to see how long has it been. Oh, I guess not all that long. I mean, he's batting 154 in his last 20 games. And I guess he's sprinkled in a hit here and there, so it's not been horrible. Okay, so we've got Miller on first. We're up 6 runs in the 4th. Technically, unwritten rule, you can still run at this point, but we're going to let Whitaker swing away. He's already got a home run today, and he rips it right at O'Brien for out number 3. We go to the top of the 5th. Tigers are up 6-0 with Tom Dunbar stepping in against Blyleven. Blyleven at 55 pitches. We do have to consider the fact that we could end up in a tie with the Yankees and have to play a playoff game in which, after Blyleven, Morris, and Rosie goes, who would pitch that game? It would be Blyleven. So if we get a good enough lead, maybe we take out Bert and try to preserve him for a potential one-game playoff. Dunbar pops up to second. There's one out. Here's Greg Mahlberg, the Mauler. Ground ball right back to Blyleven. Tosses him out to first. 2 down. And Tucker Ashford up next. One of the most surprising seasons from Tucker Ashford. 22 bombs as he gets a base hit to left. I'm sure, yeah, he's never even been close to that. Basically a bench guy up until this year. And then Bump Wills waited on that curveball and drove it to center field. Dawson tracks it down. And there's out number 3. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. We have some decisions to make in the 6th, whether we want to go with Blyleven or not. Trammell leading off against Jim Farr. That was ball 4. We are definitely not a patient team as Trammell drives it to right. 1 out. Gibby up next, and he pops it up on the infield. Gibson kind of in danger of losing what was a great season. He's almost down to 260, and he was in the 280 to 300 range almost all year. So he's contributed with some home runs down the stretch, but not a lot of clutch hits otherwise. As Mickey Hatcher grounds out to third. Okay, we go to the top of the sixth. We have a right, a left, and a right due up. So what I'm thinking is we let Blyleven pitch this inning, and then we get to these lefties. We'll swap them out. I feel like 6 runs ought to be enough to win, but who knows. Here we go. Chris Speier leading off the top of the sixth against Bert Blyleven. He flips it out to right. Miller makes the catch. Let's take a look at the in-game stats before we continue here. Bass 2 for 2 with 2 RBI. Whitaker's got that home run. Player of the game, tough call right now. Here's Rick Manning. He's one of the 3 hits for Cleveland. Ground ball to Murray at first. He's got good range. 2 quick outs as Leon Roberts comes to the plate, and he hits a fly ball to center. Nicely done. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Murray, Parrish, and Bass due up. Murray ground ball to second. 1 out. Parrish up next, and Parrish walks. Runner on first for Bass. As I mentioned, 2 for 2, 2 ribbies. Flipping it to center. Out number 2. It's going to bring up Hawk, and Hawk walks. First and second. And Eddie Miller's up. Okay. Eddie Miller's broke free. Let's see if he can drive in a run here. Ground ball to third. Oh, wait. An error by the third baseman, Ashford. That loads the bases. They're going to bring in Steve Kummer. He just got called up. This is only his 3rd game of the season. He has not pitched in the majors since 1979 when he was a starter. The guy wins 17 games and he can't break into the lineup. I think it has a little bit to do with this. Probably not well rated for whatever reason. What was his skills? This is 82, 81, 80, and 79. So he only improved and still couldn't crack the lineup. Anyway, he's a right-handed pitcher. 88-mile-an-hour fastball. Gives up a lot of fly balls. Curveballs is out. Pitcher's got a fastball and a screwball that don't quite work. And he's got to face Sweet Lou, who got off to a terrible start this year versus right-handers and is really coming around. Bases loaded, 2 down, and he jams Whitaker, popping it up to second where Bump Wills makes the catch. We are going to the 7th inning, and although he's only thrown 71 pitches, I think we are going to pull Bert Blyleven. I mean, I could easily have him pitch to Sample, but we've got all of these players that we can work in there. Blyleven, look, finished the year with 252.2 innings pitched. That is a heavy toll on anyone. Okay, so we are going to bring in Dan Petrie to get Billy Sample. Petrie finally got his ERA under 4. Has been pitching pretty well here in relief. He did give up a run in his first relief appearance going 3 innings. And it's been pretty much flawless since then. All right, so Peaches has to get Billy Sample here. Leading off the top of the 7th, and he pops it up. Murray is under it. There's 1 out. So good job by Petrie. And we're going to bring in a lefty. We're bringing in the creeper. It's Paul Gibson. This guy will haunt your nightmares. Close your curtains, ladies, and some gentlemen. He's got a ninth appearance, a 150 ERA, 5 strikeouts in 6 innings pitched. He hasn't been really great, but we could trust him for 2 outs here in the 7th. Starting with Pete O'Brien. Here we go. He walks O'Brien, not even close. What was he looking at? What window was he looking at? So he walks the leadoff guy. That's not good. His first batter, not leadoff guy. And then a ground ball from Dunbar to Trammell, and we turn 2. So no harm done. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. 6-0 Detroit. Steve Comer. Is it Comer or is it Comer? He played for Detroit, did he not, at some point? I believe he did actually play for Detroit in his career, but I could be wrong with that. Okay, here we go. Trammell leading off the bottom of the 7th. Ground ball to second. There's 1 out. Next up, Kirk, Gibson. Oh, wow, that was a fat pitch. 74 mile an hour, and Gibby could not lay off it. So 2 quick outs. Here is Mickey Hatcher. Hatcher 1 for 3 on the day, and he pops it up. Okay, we're going to do a little defensive replacement here. Starting with Hatcher. Bringing in Gieselars. And since Whitaker is tired, we're going to take him out. Bring in Jody Reed. Murray is tired. We're going to bring in Barbaro. And that was it, right? Yeah. Okay, those are all the players who are tired, were listed as tired, are now on the bench. I don't know if it makes a difference or not, but it's a done deal. We're going to take out Gibby. Paul Gibson. You can't call him Gibby. He's a creeper. We're bringing a right-hander. I want to bring in Dave Smith to get him off the... He had a bad game yesterday, so give him a chance. Oh, we're bringing Tom Filer. Filer did come in for a pitch yesterday. And he's going to face Greg Mahlberg here. So Filer pitching on back-to-back days for the first time this year. As Mahlberg gets a leadoff double against Filer. That is Mahlberg's 23rd double of the year. In scoring position for Tucker Ashford. Ashford popping it up at home. Oh, come on. Oh, I thought that was going to be an error for sure. The way the game kind of paused there for a second. All right, no harm done. First out. Runner on second. Bump Will, switch hitter up, batting .280 versus righties. Striking him out. Nice job, Tom Filer. That will leave it up to the number 9 hitter, Chris Speier, 0 for 2 on the day. And Speier hits a ground ball to second. Whitaker makes the play. All right, good job by the relief corps. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. And Barbaro Garbe will get his first at-bat in a while. Oh, there we go. Waited on that screwball and pulled it into left field for a base hit. So runner on first. Lance Parrish up. Parrish 1 for 2. And a walk today. And another base hit, this time to right. Garbe. We're going to hold him. It's first and second. Nobody out. Kevin Bass, 2 for 3. Couple of ribbies already today. Let him swing away. Oh, that is a walk to fill the bases for Andre Dawson. And Dawson, a terrible year. Taking a look at him here. This is his 500th at-bat this year. And not great, but he has driven in a lot of runs. He has proven to be reliable in RBI situations. Oh, no, a comebacker to Steve Comer. Any double play, a run does score. That's the smart play. No RBI for Dawson, but we'll take the run. That's going to leave it up to Eddie Miller. Oh, there we go. Loops it over the first baseman's head. That is, we're going to go for 2 here. It's 8-0, 0 and he's out at second base, of course. So a good game actually for Miller. We go to the top of the ninth. Tigers are up 8 runs. We're going to leave Filer out there to go one more, close this ball game out. Rick Manning leading off, and he walks him. Runner on first. Here's Leon Roberts. Ground ball to second. Let's turn 2. Yes. Great job by the defense. That one was Jody Reed. Started the double play. We're down to the final out. Billy Sample. 1-2 count. Oh, base hit into left field. Of course, that's going to bring up 2 lefties. All right, we're not going to the bullpen for this. We're up 8 runs. Wow, O'Brien smoked it to center. It's down up against the wall. Why was Sample not running? That is Pete O'Brien's 26th double of the season. So second and third, 2 outs. Here's Tom Dunbar. And he flips it into left center field. It is caught. And the Tigers pitch a shutout. 8-0. Wow, what a game. Handshakes, butt slaps, lapis steaks. Let's take a look here. We win that one 8-0. And we take a look at the standings, and we are tied. Damn it. All tied up. 2 games to go. This is going to be a nail-biter. Let's take a look at the National League. Okay, so Philadelphia is eliminated, and with a New York win or a St. Louis loss, the Mets will win the East. So that's exciting. Okay, can't say the same for this. That sucks. I'd rather just win, just blow them out. Okay, let's take a look at the headline news. Brainiac Baseball Daily Beat. Mets win on Ownby's pitching. This guy has won like 25 games this year. Let's take a look at the scouting report. 23-8 for Rick Ownby of the Mets. How do you like that? I know Freddie's happy about that. 35 starts, and he's 23-8. That is going to be your National League Cy Young Award winner, I have a feeling. Let's. Nothing else. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's take a look at transactions. Nothing of note here either. Okay, let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. It is really coming down to the final day, I have a feeling. Player of the game, this was a tough call. Blyleven really came through. I think we're going to give it to Kevin Bass. He did have the game-winning RBI, technically. He had a double. He drove in 2 runs. Could have been Lou with the home run just because it was nice to see our middle infielder hit a home run. But Blyleven goes to 12-16 overall, but he's 6-6 as a Tiger. And his ERA is right at 4, wouldn't you know it. Dan Petrie and Paul Gibson, the creeper, pitch an inning together. And Tom Fowler goes 2 to close out the ball game. So good job by all. We're going to come back tomorrow with Game 2 of the 3-game series. Everything's on the line. Until then, everyone have a great night.